Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the G.I. Joe, a real American hero, FLAK cannon, the Field Light Attack Cannon. I'm 100% honest, I don't believe I've ever said that, and I don't think I've ever known what FLAK meant. Field Light Attack Cannon. Had no idea at all. But anyway, this classic review, we're going to take a look at this. This was something that did not come with a figure. I had this. This is not my original. My original had some broken pieces and a couple missing legs. And I think what I liked most is that the legs, like if you lost them, you just took them all off and it sat perfectly fine. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this. I've always really liked this. I thought this was an awesome field light attack cannon. This is an awesome something for your bases, for your displays, not even displays, when you were setting up your bases and it was all set up, right? At least I did. I always set up anyway. I'm just rambling on. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this, look at the design on it, look at everything that it comes with, design-wise, and just see the cues and the love that was put into this. Because, again, I don't remember really looking at all the designs. There were certain things I always remember, like these two little shells, or I always thought they were missiles. They always looked like they were supposed to kind of launch up into it. I didn't know exactly how it worked, but at the same time I was a kid, so I didn't really care too much. I just thought that was actually pretty cool. But anyway, let's get into this because you don't want to look at me for too long. But before we do, if you like this type of stuff, if you like these reviews, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. And a matter of fact, even if you don't like that, I like these, do it anyway. It feels really good. Anyway, let's take a look at this. All right, so here we are. We're taking a look at our FLAK, our Field Light Attack Cannon. And as I said, I don't think I ever knew what that was, what the acronym was, and I don't think I ever said it once in my entire life. So anyway, we're going to take a look at this. And full disclosure, I always really liked this. All right, I always thought this was actually really, really cool. So what you do have on the bottom here is a couple of, or three different legs that can fold up. Now, the only reason I can even see for this to fold up is just so, yeah, raise this up just a bit. Just so you could carry it and not worry about it breaking, because it doesn't roll or anything like that. So anyway, quickly looking at the legs here, you can see that they've got these nice hydraulics on it. So it's meant so it can be adjusted, because you're going to be on unstable ground at times. And you obviously would want this thing to be even, especially while it is firing. Here, you can see where it's supposed to kind of adjust back and forth. So you're probably going to have some sort of hydraulics on it. But it is meant to move, I would assume, side to side, or up and down, shall I say, because you want it to be level. And again, it does swivel back and forth. All right. And then in the front, you just got a little bit of a design. I don't know if the stickers are placed where they're supposed to be. This is not my original one. All right, but here you have what clearly looks like your engine cover, so you can pop this off. You're going to have to eventually get the hydraulics to work on things. And here's, you can kind of see what the hydraulics are, which is going to raise this up and down. All right. Quickly looking at all these mechanics. Here it kind of looks like you got a like a rubber bushing here that's kind of supposed to be covering the hydraulics inside there as it moves. I never knew what this was. Are those laser pointers? Is that supposed to fire grenades? Something like that. Again, imagination. I mentioned I love this. It looks like these are two missiles that are supposed to be put in there. Or actually, they would be shells. As a kid, I thought they were kind of like missiles, but they would automatically load. Again, we didn't know exactly how this thing was supposed to work. But if you're looking at it like this, you would think there's only one round in the chamber, and then you have two more. So 3 shots, and you are out. All right. And as we come a little bit closer, again, you can kind of just see the design here. Who knows what that's supposed to be? Bunch of little rivets there. All right, and then here's your barrel for it. Now on the top, I thought this had like a black piece, but maybe I'm thinking of the Mobat, which I know that does. But you can kind of look at the front here. This is kind of where he's going to be able to look and aim at it. I'm assuming that's some sort of like binocular type. So when he's looking at the screen, it's actually shooting through here. Again, on the side here, it looks like there's a little bit more detail. Here you have a little bit of a conduit, again, holding wire, or routing wire, shall I say, and then it runs up here. But again, all this design here, it makes it look realistic. It's not very soft, it's not flat, which gives it no detail. And whether or not all of this stuff is real or not, it gives it some sort of detail. All right. As for the gunner's position, his gunner's seat here. So you have these 8 little buttons on both sides. Who knows what the hell they're supposed to do. Maybe it unlocks it so you can start firing. You do have a first aid kit right down here. And I don't know if the stickers are in the right place. But I guess that would be a pretty decent place to have it. If something happens, you can just kind of reach in there. On the top, you're going to see a little bit more of I can't think of the name. The cluster gauge. And here you have your sight, so you know what you are aiming at, which again, I think you're seeing through here. I like what they did with this. Now, I just quickly want to mention this. So rather than making this go all the way up, they made it where it's kind of on like the Christmas tree here. So when you put their hands in there, you would never have to worry about breaking their thumbs. Now, maybe they didn't think of that, but I think it's hard to say that they didn't think to do that, because that really is that's not something you would really be thinking too much of. So, and then you have a place that you can just kind of put their feet so it's just not dangling. Now, no back peg here. Maybe they thought the figures would eventually maybe be different sizes, different heights. So here's what I'm trying to show you is he's supposed to be able to put his feet right here. And then you're able just to kind of slap their hands right over. All right. Now every figure is going to be a little bit different. All right. And that is basically how he's going to stay in place. Now I think some of the newer figures that we got, the later O-rings, they were able to stay like this a little bit better. And I don't think a straight arm was going to work at all. But maybe if when their arms go up on the side, maybe that slotted almost perfect for their hands. But either way, that is your FLAK. I always like this. I would love to see this in the classified scale. You can see mine is loose as it does not stay in any position. So you're not going to be shooting any type of hiss, stinger, stun, anything like that. You're going to be shooting at the rattlers, cobra claws, different things like that. But again, a nice looking mounted, okay, it's not a vehicle. What is it? Is it a playset? It's an accessory of some sort. But anyway, we're going to leave this kind of in the vehicle realm of things. Again, if I look at 3D Joe's, I think that's where they have it, in the vehicles. Because it's not a person, right? It's not an actual action figure. So there you go. That is your FLAK, your Field Light Attack Cannon. And again, Hasbro team, if you're watching, I would love to see this in a classified version. All right, so there you go. That is your FLAK, your Field Light Attack Cannon, right? Is that the right? Yeah, Field Light Attack Cannon. I'm looking over there. It's on 3D Joe's over there. Anyway, tell me about this. If you had this, was this one of those ones that you got and you got it home and you opened it up and you realized it didn't have a figure and now you're super disappointed because maybe you didn't have any figures and you thought this one came with it? We heard someone tell a story earlier about or at least in one of the comments for, I believe, the Jump, saying I got home and, you know, I realized there was no figure. I never had that happen to me. I could only imagine the disappointment that you would have, that you have this awesome play set, if that's what you want to call it, this weapon, but you don't have anything to play with it. Maybe you could just act like it's Megatron, right? I mean, it's Megatron and then it transforms into a giant robot. I don't know. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much for watching this. Please take a second if you like this. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop something like this. Now, don't go anywhere because you're like, I love stuff like this. Stationary things. Right up here is going to be the MMS, not the HMS. And down here will be the the playlist to all the classic reviews that I've done. Take care.